The holding facility resembled a hospital but felt like a prison. For 3 days, Maya endured endless questioning, retinal scans, and medical examinations to ensure she hadn't been contaminated by alien influence. They took blood samples, brain scans, everything short of dissection. Her interrogator, Dr. Theodore Wells, was different from the others, more curious than accusatory. On the fourth day, he entered her room without the usual security detail. "They're keeping her 10 levels below us," Theo said without preamble, his voice barely above a whisper. "The things they're doing to study her, it's inhumane." Maya sat up straighter. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because I've analyzed her cellular structure, her brain activity. She's intelligent, sentient, feeling." Theo looked haunted. "And because something's coming. Our deep space monitoring detected a fleet of vessels that match the technology of her escape pod. They'll reach Earth orbit in less than 48 hours. Ice formed in Maya's veins. She was telling the truth, an invasion. "The military is preparing a nuclear response," Theo continued. "But if what you told us about Alara's warning is correct, that won't be enough." He placed a keycard on her bed. "I'm risking everything, but I believe you. Level 10, Section E, tonight at midnight, the security systems will experience a routine maintenance reset." That night, Maya moved through darkened corridors like a ghost. The employee badge Theo had provided granting her access to areas she shouldn't have been able to reach. The lower levels grew increasingly sterile and secure, the air tinged with the sharp scent of medical disinfectant. Section E contained only one occupied room. Through the observation window, Maya saw Alara strapped to an examination table, her silvery skin dulled with exhaustion, electrodes attached to her temples. The sight ignited something primal and protective in Maya's chest. The keycard worked, the door slid open with a pneumatic hiss. Alara's eyes fluttered open, recognition dawning slowly through what must have been sedatives. "Maya," she whispered, her voice cracked from disuse or perhaps screaming. "You came." "Always," Maya promised, working quickly to remove the restraints and electrodes. "Can you walk?" Together they navigated the labyrinthine facility, Alara growing stronger with each step. They reached the service elevator Theo had marked on a hastily drawn map, only to find Agent Lawson waiting. "I knew Wells couldn't be trusted," he said, weapon raised. "Step away from her, Doctor, final warning." "She's not the enemy," Maya insisted. "Her people are coming, yes, but she came to warn us. There's proof in her escape pod." "Convenient that this proof is unreachable." "Not unreachable," Alara said, straightening despite her weakened state. "I can take you there now." Lawson's laugh was bitter, "And I'm supposed to trust the alien." "No," came Theo's voice from behind them. He held a tablet displaying complex astronomical data. "Trust the evidence. The fleet has changed course directly for Earth. We're out of time for suspicion." What followed was a tense standoff, broken only when alarms began blaring throughout the facility. A mechanical voice announced, "Unidentified objects entering atmosphere. All personnel to emergency stations." In the momentary distraction, Alara moved with startling speed, disarming Lawson again, but this time not attacking. Instead, she held his gun out, handle first. "I am not your enemy," she said firmly, "but I am the only chance your world has." Something shifted in Lawson's eyes, the same recognition of Alara's humanity that had changed Maya's world 10 days earlier. He took his weapon back but holstered it. "The pod is likely under military control by now," he said grimly. "Then we go to the source," Maya decided. "If Alara speaks directly to whoever's in charge of those ships, maybe they'll listen." Theo tapped furiously at his tablet. "There's a deep space communication array at this facility, if we can modify it to Alara's specifications." As they raced toward the communications center, Alara pulled Maya aside briefly, her touch sending that familiar electricity through Maya's skin. "There is something I haven't told you," she confessed, amethyst eyes troubled. "I am not simply a military intelligence officer. I am Alara Vashin, first daughter of the ruling council, what your people might call a princess." Maya felt as though the floor had dropped from beneath her feet. "Your royalty, why didn't you tell me?" "Because I needed you to see me, not my title," Alara whispered. "And because my father leads the invasion fleet." Before Maya could process this revelation, they reached the communication array. The building shook as something massive disturbed the atmosphere above them. Time had run out. As Theo and even Lawson worked to modify Earth technology to alien specifications, Maya faced the woman she had come to love with new understanding and new fear. The stars had brought them together, but now those same stars carried a threat that might tear them apart forever. The communication array hummed with power as Alara made the final adjustments. Outside, the sky had taken on an unnatural crimson hue as the alien vessels positioned themselves in Earth's upper atmosphere. Military jets scrambled uselessly against technology centuries beyond their capabilities. "It's ready," Alara announced, her fingers dancing across the modified controls. "But my father will not simply take my word. The royal protocol requires proof." "Proof of what?" Maya asked, standing close enough to feel the warmth radiating from Alara's skin. "That humanity deserves to exist." Alara's eyes held infinite sadness. "In our history, we have encountered 18 sentient species. Only 3 still exist, those who proved themselves worthy of preservation." Lawson, who had gone from captor to reluctant ally in the space of hours, checked the ammunition in his sidearm. "And how exactly do we prove our worth to genocidal aliens?" "Through me," Alara said simply. "The first daughter is sent as judge. My escape was unplanned. I was supposed to observe dispassionately, not interact, not," her gaze lingered on Maya, "connect." The implications hit Maya like a physical blow. "You were sent to assess us for extermination." "I was," Alara admitted, "but I found something unexpected, something my people have lost in our quest for expansion." Her hand reached for Maya's. "Love freely given without calculation or advantage." The communication screen flared to life, revealing a being similar to Alara but male, with deeper blue skin and eyes that held the coldness of deep space. Symbols scrolled across the bottom of the screen, translation protocols engaging. "Daughter," the alien commander's voice resonated through the speakers. "You have failed in your sacred duty." "Father," Alara straightened, every inch the royal she had revealed herself to be. "I have fulfilled it more completely than any judge before me. I have lived among them, learned their ways. These humans are worth preserving." "The council requires proof, not sentiment." Maya stepped forward, her scientist's mind racing. "Your Highness, Earth has much to offer. We have art, music, biodiversity. Every species claims exceptional qualities when facing extinction." The commander dismissed her words. "The resource needs of our people outweigh your pleas." "Then I invoke the ancient right," Alara declared, her voice ringing with authority that surprised even Maya. "The binding of worlds." The commander's expression shifted to shock. "You cannot. It has not been done in 7 generations." "It is my right as first daughter and judge." Maya looked between them in confusion. What is she talking about? Theo, monitoring Earth's military responses on a separate screen, whispered, "Whatever it is, she better hurry. Our missiles launch in 3 minutes." Alara turned to Maya, her expression a mixture of love and resignation. "The ancient rite allows a judge to bind their life force to a representative of the judged species. Our minds, our souls, our very biological essence becomes intertwined. If harmony is achieved, both survive. If not, both die," the commander finished grimly. "Daughter, reconsider. These humans are primitive, violent." "I have made my choice," Alara declared, taking Maya's hands in hers. "Dr. Maya Patel, representative of Earth." Maya felt dizzy with the implications. "What do I need to do?" "Trust me," Alara whispered, pressing her forehead against Maya's. "As you did that first night in the snow." What followed transcended physical sensation. Maya felt her consciousness expanding, merging with Alara's in a dance of memories, emotions, and sensations. She experienced Alara's centuries of life, the weight of royal duty, the moment of revelation when she first intercepted Earth's broadcasts and recognized the beauty in human creativity. Alara, in turn, experienced Maya's childhood in Mumbai, her scientific curiosity, her loneliness in the remote research station, and the profound awakening she had experienced in Alara's arms. Above them, the alien fleet held position as the binding progressed. On Earth, military commanders watched in confusion as their weapons systems mysteriously powered down. When Maya opened her eyes, she knew something fundamental had changed. She could feel Alara's presence in her mind, their heartbeats synchronized despite their different biologies. "It is done," Alara announced to her father. "We are bound." The commander's face showed a complex mixture of emotions. "The council will require demonstration." "Then observe," Alara replied. Without words, Maya understood what was needed. Their fingers intertwined as they faced the screen together. Through their bond, Maya accessed knowledge she could never have possessed, the complex mathematical proofs that would convince the alien council, the cultural references that would demonstrate true synthesis. Together, they spoke in perfect harmony, alternating between Earth languages and the melodic tones of Alara's people. They demonstrated the binding through shared knowledge, through synchronized movement, through the unmistakable connection that flowed between them like electricity. After what seemed like hours, the commander lowered his head in acceptance. "The binding is confirmed, the ancient rite is satisfied. His eyes, so cold before, now held a glimmer of something like hope. Perhaps we have been too long without such connections ourselves. The crimson sky began to fade as the fleet adjusted position, not departing but no longer threatening. The invasion is cancelled, the commander announced formally. In its place, we offer diplomatic contact. The bound pair will serve as ambassadors between our worlds. When the communication ended, chaos erupted around them. Theo was already contacting government officials. Lawson was securing the facility against the inevitable military response, but Maya and Alara remained still, foreheads touching, hands clasped. "You saved my world," Maya whispered. "You saved mine," Alara replied. "My people had forgotten what it means to connect, to love without calculation. What happens now, this binding, can it be undone?" Alara's smile held both joy and sorrow. "Never. We are now part of each other until death and beyond. I will age as you age, live as you live." "You sacrificed immortality," Maya realized with shock, the knowledge coming through their shared consciousness. "I gained something far more precious," Alara countered, her lips finding Maya's in a kiss that seemed to contain the vastness of space and the intimacy of two hearts beating as one. Outside, dawn broke over a world forever changed. Humanity would soon learn they were not alone in the universe, that an alien princess had fallen in love with a human scientist and altered the destiny of two civilizations. As for Maya and Alara, they stood at the center of the storm, bound by a love that had quite literally saved a world. Whatever challenges awaited them as ambassadors between Earth and the stars, they would face them together, two beings from different worlds who had found in each other the rarest treasure in any galaxy, a home for their hearts.